numbers are what? Hiya, it's Alan. I'm looking for Gemma or Babs.
It's Gemma speaking. I'll just let you in now.
Thanks, pal. Ooh. Ah, see you. And this was the stairway to the station in the central bar. This must have been the central station. How weird, eh? Look at the size here. That's wow. How are you?
We have a small pop-up art exhibition from artist Alan who's here.
Hello.
Hello. If there's a fire, they just scream and run.
We've got an exit that way, so you know the front doors from there.
And there's bathrooms over there, and there's plenty of tea and coffee.
Yeah.
So it's great to bring us all together just to have the space to consider trauma. Trauma can happen at any time, at any stage in life. I think, you know, we look at hospitals and there's a place where it's named trauma. It's the trauma ward, where trauma comes in and you can see it. But when we speak about psychological trauma, it's something different. You know, you don't see it. It's not a wound that's on your arm that you can bandage up. And it can happen any time. You know, we're in Christmas, and for people's traumas, you can get triggers. So it can be Christmas time, it can be Easter, it can be birthdays, when all of a sudden something shifts in you, and it's that trauma coming to raise its head and say hello. And it's not as friendly as that though. You know, it's far from friendly. It can be really physical, it can, you know, really hurt your body when you hold trauma in. There can be real reactions. So people might not understand why you're reacting to something, but it's actually trauma coming alive. And I thought it was really important to have a trauma-informed space, because every day we will walk alongside somebody, be in a room with somebody, be at work with somebody that's been affected by trauma. So I think it's really important just to have a little space to just think about it. This isn't a space to share trauma. We're going to have Sunny speak just in a wee while after I introduce Alan, just to let you aware of trauma and bring that alive more with Sunny's story. But I just thought it was really important just to highlight that nobody gets unscathed from trauma, nobody misses it. That's what I really need to say. You know, they're saying that there's maybe 1% in the world that won't be affected by trauma. I don't even believe that. I think we all have some sort of trauma in life that we need to deal with. Some are resilient, some deal better than others. There's no judgment call on that. Some it can be seated in childhood. It can disappear and then resurface because you use so much energy to keep it down and hidden because it's too sore, and it can come out in different ways. So today's exhibition is about home and what home represents. Now we're all about home and finding people home and making homely environments and happy for people to come and share food. So I thought this was really important to bring Alan's art here today, and the exhibition is called Home. And I'd just like to introduce you to Alan, our artist. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll go here as well. The idea of the trauma via the art for myself is it's managed every day. There is somebody sitting by the side in front of you on the bus. It's everywhere. But you've got victims and you've got survivors. And you'll never spot a survivor because they're not open to the trauma. They conceal it, they hide it very well. But right now, I think certainly in men's mental health, it's exploding. And the whole purpose of that, I can't convey the words, but I can doodle it. And the doodles, they are hieroglyphic to me because they talk, there is something between the lines in them. When we sat and I wanted to sort the big table to put these things out, it was Babs that spotted these ones, and I thought they really lend well to this because the trauma that's in the house, like family trauma, we didn't talk about, you then take it outside the house, or it goes under that big proverbial carpet. Myself, I've had enough now. So the wee man, who's always, that was the start of him, I called him Rudy, and it's rudimental because it's very basic, and it's what we do. We hide behind barriers for the small things, but when trauma comes in, it really shatters the mind, and it's where that then takes you. So it could be drink, drugs, violence. I've saw it countless times because it's in the scheme. You see there's tower blocks that are very representative to me in my journey, but it's definitely not about my journey. It's the actual physical thing that is trauma, because it can ultimately take you the wrong place, and you'll go over that bridge if you can't express it. This is the way I express it. Nobody spotted it, but I'm living, walking, talking Cliff Richard's living trauma. I deal with it every day. It doesn't leave me. I can't put it to bed, but I can talk about it, and I didn't have no shame, no fear whatsoever. And to me, there's colours in there. There's 4 major colours, which is love, and that's all it is. It's to embrace people with trauma, because there is nothing to fear in them at all. People that are fronting, that are violent, drug addicts, look behind the facade, look behind the wee wall and see the person that's hiding. That's what I want, and that's what I hope the doodles would show. So thank
you. Sonny, do you want to share a few words?
Of course. I've got a copy of Alan and back.
Yes, on the stage.
Well, I've summed up quite a lot of trauma in my life, and you're right, Alan, don't really notice it. Right? You just go on with things, don't really think about it. A lot of it stemmed from like, when I was young and stuff, like getting brought up Glasgow and like poverty and like, violence and things like that. And my mum was suffering domestic abuse and things like that, so I can remember a lot of that, and it brings back a lot of trauma thinking about my mum and stuff. And then being in care and that, like, it was just, because me and my brother, 2 Glaswegians in an Edinburgh children's home, it was like we were fighting every day basically. So being in care and that brought a lot of trauma, and then just growing up, like having partners and that, and again I found out like a kid wasn't mine, like an 8-year-old, and I thought he was my son, and got a paternity test and that really broke my heart, to be honest. I've got a lot of trauma then. My mum died at the same time, and I split up with my partner and that, and then my sister stabbed me like 7 times, so like 2 punctured lungs and that, and I nearly died and stuff. So after that I became homeless and that, and I was had a lot of trauma then, and I was just in and out of prison and stuff, and I couldn't really deal with it, so I started like drinking a lot, taking Valium, and I ended up on heroin and stuff, and like it kind of blocks it all out. And then now I'm on drugs and that, and it comes back to you, and then like cause you start thinking about like your feelings and that, and then it comes back to you, and then you just got to kind of, I didn't really realise that until kind of see doctors and stuff and tell us like things that's happened in your past and that sort, and then once you're off like drugs and alcohol and that, it does come back to you, and then you start feeling like trauma, and it's just how you deal with it. And I deal with it different for you. I don't like you draw pictures and that, I deal with like writing things down, so I'm writing a book now, so that kind of, it brings a lot of bad trauma when I'm writing it, because I remember a lot of things, but it kind of helps me a lot like, to try and move on a bit and write these things down. So I think it's a great thing that you're doing, mate, to show other sides of like, how people can deal with trauma and things like that. And hieroglyphics is like pictures, it means getting words in it. I was thinking when you say that hieroglyphic thing, I can mention something like that at school. I did pay attention sometimes. No, I think it's a great thing you're doing, Alan, and I'm looking forward to seeing your exhibition.
Cool, thank you. Pictures on the table and on the walls, if you want to have a wee look about. We've had a bit of an explanation that I really like the fact that the colour is love. So it's great seeing that resonate through some of the
It's everyday things, it's everything that Sonny's just described. There's something takes you to that abyss where you end up in the care system, the trauma that comes for the abuse in the family home that carries on, and then all the avenues, all the doors are available. But if you rewind right back to source, all the lad he needed was a bit of love, but it's no there and it's not articulated to us. We didn't feel it because we don't know what it is. It's alien, and the only person that really has got to do it is for ourselves. Once we go through all that cathartic side of writing it down, it's hurting me, But I've dealt with it now.
Right, good.
So I didn't need that. That chapter's done. Let's move on to the next one. You start to love yourself, and then people will see that, and then they come to you, and that's where it spreads. That's all I can say every day, Doodles. When you look at the colours, every colour is running or pouring. It's like rain. That's all it is. It's releasing it. But yeah, I've been around for days. But hopefully you'll see it. Hopefully.
No, brilliant, Alan.
If none of it makes sense, you can feel free to shout at Gemma.
Are you selling them?
I was saying that to James, they're not really for sale. If it was to go somewhere, if somebody required them.
Oh, yeah, for like for in a mental health unit or somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I would love them. I would donate them to mental health places. Anywhere where people are going in where trauma has to be recognised. Because
Yeah.
it's no, oh, John's got a drug habit. Why has John got a drug habit?
Yeah,
What's he
there's always
hiding from?
there's always a reason.
That's it.
Always.
Always been.
Yeah, there's no attention seeking, it's attention needing.
That's the one. Yeah. And I've found myself that it's more the hearing side. People need to listen, and it's not that, all right, okay, because it really engages with my eyes. And what I can't say to friends, because I've been doing this for a long time now, is that when they look into my eyes, they'll only see a reflection of themselves. There's nothing to fear from me, there's nothing to hide from. I'm not a threat whatsoever.
Yes.
I'm an open book.
Yeah.
And they see that and they recognise it, and the next minute they calm and boom, they let it go, which is amazing.
And do you do a lot of talks and stuff?
No, really, no, James and the podcast. My final resolution, I always back always everywhere I go. I'm not the guy that's in the quiet room. I make a noise. I have to make a noise because I know what's hiding in there. That's the best one. And it's comfortability because we're trying to various organisations. I said, do you know when 2 chairs, I'll play with that. Just let me try this. And I got nothing back. And I know that from my own journey, when I found it working up to me, because when I was a sex abuse as a wee boy, I was born with hatred. When I was talking about finding hatred, it wasn't me. That was it. Because I was his mother was able to die.
My brain was all messed up, you see, so partly I was counting it when I was just standing, but I didn't remember I was dead. And then somebody ran the show and they seen me counting the money.
Sonny, we heard your story on 2 minutes ago there. Now that you've seen the exhibition, what do you think, pal?
Oh, it's amazing. Ali's done a really good job, and I didn't really think I'd understand it at first, but looking at the pictures and that, and just reading the wee simple statements, you can relate to it, and I think it'd be amazing, to be honest. And I do think Alan should take it a bit forward and try and make a wee business social enterprise it, because a lot of people can relate to it, and especially people that's been in prison or been homeless, trauma themselves, and like the social bike village and that, it'd be perfect for up in the walls and that, people can relate to it. So it's been quite an eye-opener, and good luck to Alan, it's been amazing.
So if you could see any of these anywhere, what do you think it's the village?
Definitely.
For you personally, aye.
See, like the social bike villages, obviously it's like 10 wee tiny houses each one, but I reckon now to brighten the place up, and it's got a wee meaning, every wee picture and that, and then I reckon people would read it after a while and they could relate to it, you know what I mean? So it'd be a great idea, to be honest.
Sonny, thanks for your time, pal.
Not a
Thank
problem,
you.
mate.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next train leaving from platform 1, Edinburgh Central to Tea bags, thanks for the shortbread. Nice shortbread. Adios.
Wow, listen to it in here.
Yeah. Amazing that they didn't make them like that anymore. Nothing worse. And there you have it. There you have it. Are you still recording?
Yes.
I am done.
How do you feel about that?
Fucking amazing. I think even you spotted that there. I think Sonny, bang, there you go. That's how you do it. That's as real as it fucking is. But the educated people that are there, Liz herself, with the possibilities, I've made it well worth the fucking effort. And fun. Our Babs, absolute angel, fucking superstar.
Totally.
For Gemma, your shortbread. Jingle bit. I'm away.